You
Easy.
keep doing your thing.
I'm
You
fine.
You're fine. We're live. You keep doing your thing. I'm just going to warm up the audience. Oh my goodness. We have, okay. What? Okay. I done list perfectly this quit. I quit my job to sell full time on Poshmark, but we all know the story there. So no need. I need more platforms. I'm really looking forward to your thoughts on pricing with inflation. Thank you so much, Cassandra. This is something that I'm very passionate. I come from Argentina. You can go and see the inflation. We have records, Guinness records, like 5 presidents in 1 month when we were having like approximately 60%. I saw it coming and I left. Okay. I feel very comfortable talking about, inflation and recession. And I'm honored, okay, that you are interested in hear my perspective and Teresa's about it. Let's all welcome Theresa Cox. And I put the red t-shirt for Club Red 97.
You know what? I have yet to order myself a red List Perfectly t-shirt. I'm going to put that on my to-do list right now.
Dale. No, do it now. Come on.
Look,
And
I got
just
my.
tell Leslie. Just tell Leslie and she'll get it
I
for
know,
you,
but
okay?
I can
Just
do it
tell
just as
Leslie.
easy.
She'll do it for you. That's the least we could do, girl. User number 1 of List Perfectly. I am the co-founder of List Perfectly. I've not only the co-founder, I'm the co-CEO, and I love going live. Now I'm doing podcasts and I love going. I'm a reseller, so I can't stay away, guys. Don't ask me because I can't. I think like my soul gets sad and dies a little. So for me, I really count the hours. I was so excited the whole week to go live with you, Teresa. I was really looking forward. It's my thing. It's how I have fun. It's my.
I
I've
get it.
never felt so. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I said I get it. My favorite hour of the week is when I do the Listing 101 office hours. It's where you get to talk to the community. I totally get it.
Yeah, Kimberly saying hi, everybody. Yo, Timani. Oh, thank you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is Claprep 97. All right, you can go and check her store. She has eBay, she has Etsy, she has Tradesy, she has Mercari. But those are your you have Poshmark, and then I think, are you back in Facebook Marketplace? What's your love story going on there?
Facebook Marketplace and I are broken up right now.
Okay.
But
So
I
are you
will.
taking a break or do you think that this is like permanent?
Well, I don't take. Nothing's permanent because they're changing. They
Good.
just poached one of my favorite eBay execs. Mohan went over to Meta. And
Oh,
so
oh
they're going to
yeah.
get some people with some experience to get the platform up and running. But that takes time. But that
Got it.
said, I like to use Facebook and Mercari for seasonal items.
Okay.
So I will probably put a bunch of summer stuff.
All right.
4th of July, summer pool, picnic type stuff. I have a lot of summer pool stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll probably use that for Poshmark. For push it out to Facebook and Mercari.
No, very smart, very smart. I still remember we're going to tell you shortly the story of Teresa and her pools that she was able to sell in Mercari and they wouldn't move at all in eBay. Not even her mom, okay, wanted to buy those pools, okay? And I know we all been there, so I'm very excited. Lori says, it's your jam, refashion hippie, Maggie, okay? I think, okay, it's Maggie, right? It's Maggie Weber. Okay, I hope I didn't mess it up. Okay, I think it's Maggie
I know.
Weber.
You know what? That's what that I
Or
have a problem with
Katie.
that.
No, it's Maggie.
I have a problem with that too. Everybody has a different, and I'm guilty too. We all have different Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like I can't keep up with them all.
I love it. I love it. So the topic today, guys, I'm going to put everything here. So even though it is Ask Us Anything, Clara and Teresa, this is a controversial topic, okay? Are your prices too low? How to set prices in 2022, okay? Teresa Cox, user number 1 of List Perfectly, 25 plus years of full-time, of reselling because she started part-time. Okay, oops, I wanted to correct myself there. Like we all did. Actually, I did start part-time too now that I'm thinking about it because I was doing shipping, messages for customers e-commerce, and then I was doing basic listings, and I was bad at it in the beginning. And that's why I have to build this perfectly, because I'm bad at it. Okay, listing natively in platforms. Oh yeah, I can't do it. I'm bad. So that's why I have to build this perfectly. There is a plan of list perfectly that just asks you the question, and then we render those answers into a format. So that's literally what I have to do. But what I wanted to talk back to the topic is, I am originally from Argentina. If you Google Argentina, one of the first things you're going to find about Argentina is a country that is ridden with inflation and recession, which is something that we're seeing a little here in USA, consequence of the pandemic and so forth, right? So I want you to understand that if you're going to sell this remote, right? Let's sell these remotes. And now you're looking at a comparable that sold for $40, and you're going to go and list it for $40. Please don't do that. And I'm going to tell you why. Don't do that. We'll tell you why. Okay. I promise it'll make sense. And I'm going to show you with Theresa. Okay. We don't only do the talk, but we do the walk. What do you think, Theresa?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll we'll give some ideas and suggestions, and people can go out and test it and see how it works for them. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, they can just go back to what they were doing.
Yeah.
But I would bet money that it works.
It does work, and we're going to explain you why. Theresa, when you started, of course, you had multiple sources of income, all right? And I understand that we tend to maybe price too low when we don't have those multiple sources of income. But do you remember how were you able to find that pricing higher was benefiting you instead of going lower?
Oh, I can tell you exactly what it was, because for 15 years, I sold just in my own little silo. I didn't know anybody else that sold on eBay. And I went to an eBay event, and I was like, oh, my people. And I was sitting at a table with somebody. It was a husband and wife team selling army surplus things that were making $30,000 a month. And I was like, what? But up until that point, that's when the light bulb went off, and I went, oh, maybe this is better. This is more than just play money. But I was selling red. I love my store is Club Red 97. I started on eBay selling just red things. I love anything red. If it's red, I will have it. If it's red, it's on my desk. Here's, I don't need a what do they call coaster, but if it's red, I have to have it. My microphone is red, whatever. Anyway, and that's the way I started out. And so I bought these Sterilite red dish pans at Walmart for $2, $1.98.
Okay. All right.
And then I was selling them for $5 plus $8 shipping.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, I'm more than doubling my money, because at that time I wasn't figuring, we have to pay
taxes, fees,
all my eBay fees. I was just thinking, and I knew at the time I always have used 15% in my head, but for whatever reason it didn't click. Yeah. So then I was like, then eBay, I'm not sure if they started pushing free shipping back then, but I just started doing it. So at $5 and $8, that was 13. So I did $13.99. Then I did, and I was selling them. Then I did $15.99, and I kept selling them. Then I did $18.99, and I kept selling them. When I hit $19.99, I stopped selling them. Okay. And so, and I mean, like, I would just go, oh, I keep selling these, I should raise my price. And then one day I was like, oh, I haven't sold a dish pan in a while. And I looked back. So then I found out that my sweet point spot for that was $18.99. Now, let me tell you, there were a lot of dish pans on eBay for $7.99. So why was mine selling for $18.99? Yeah. At the time, I really believe it was because of the free shipping toggle. Now that things have changed. Yeah. I just recently added shipping to almost all my listings. Okay. But at the time, that was it. And that was my sweet spot. And I sold red dish pans as a bread and butter replenishable item for 5 years. And I sold over 200 of them in 5 years, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's more than one a week. Yeah. And my net profit when I got it priced out at $18.99 was $10.32. So that was my net profit on a $2 purchase. So if you look at that, and the ROI is, whatever, and then you go your investment my net profit. Yeah, I already said net profit. So, and my ROI was ridiculously high. So to answer your question, I have to get answer your question, is I just tested the market. That's the only way you're going to do it. Because why is my dish pan selling for $18.99 and yours only selling for $7.99 with $3 shipping?
Okay.
I don't know.
So that's one thing that we need to talk about. You know, one of the things I'm gonna explain right now from my perspective, okay, is that I believe when you're starting, or maybe you're new, or maybe you're a reseller that you're going through something challenging, okay, like right now, you know, Poshmark is low, right? Something happened with Poshmark. We all know what happened, you know, something with the algorithm and so forth. So I have to say that more than ever now, diversifying your prices and sending different prices to different platforms is crucial right now. One of the things that I have to explain you that the common consequence, and this is a fact, you can go and Google it, okay? The number one consequence of inflation and recession is that many businesses will go out of business. And you'd be like, Clara, but Microsoft didn't go out of business. But wait, guess what? Microsoft is relying sometimes on smaller businesses for chips, for whatever it is, for RAM, for whatever it is. So now we're experiencing a shortage. The supply chain is broken. That's it. Have you noticed how hard it is to get everything? And it's not, you know, resellers, just because there is more resellers. It's because the supply chain is broken. Businesses are going out of business now. So if you're looking at this remote that sold for $30 last month, okay, and you're pricing it, okay, or $40, and you're pricing it at 40, all right, you are not only not helping yourself and a marketplace and the brand, okay? Let's talk about it, okay? But also, okay, because what happens is after you list it for $40, what's going to happen? You're going to get or an offer or you're going to make a sale, most probably. And then you're going to be selling under price, okay? And then what you're going to be doing is bringing the value down of those items. And it's just a chain effect. Like Theresa said, don't be afraid to be the one that has the highest pricing. And Theresa, would you like to elaborate why we were talking about perceived value, and I loved your perspective on that one. When you put the item at a high price versus me, that let's say that I got a heck of a deal. I got it for a better deal than Theresa. Theresa got it for $4 a unit. I got it for $2 a unit. I'm gonna price it lower because I have the margin. Now, Theresa, could you explain the audience what is the consequence of doing that when you're a buyer with the perceived value?
Well, there are different scenarios, and so I'm going to show you some sales that I have, and I happen to look at them. I guess I took all my screenshots in December because they're all Christmas items. But if you're trying, like, so if you got yours for $2 and I got mine for $4, maybe you're trying to move yours. Maybe I'm in that spot right now. I'm trying to condense my inventory, so I have a different philosophy and business model today than I did 6 months ago. And so if you do that and you race to the bottom, then you're just dragging the whole market down, and you're going to get less money. It's a tricky thing. It's a fine balance, because I get it. There are people that are relying. If they don't sell this turn this $2 into $20, they don't have groceries or gas tomorrow.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
That. But what I really try to teach when I'm teaching sellers, especially newbies, which are my favorite, is that the lowest price isn't what determines what sells. It is one factor sometimes. And so if you have your items, so I just tell people all the time, so if I'm listing stuff, I will list things, and I sort my listings in eBay through the most currently listed. And so in the morning, I'll go through and I'll just scroll down my first 200 listings, and I'll just see how many watchers. So if I've listed something last week and it now has 5 watchers, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to increase the price. And so if I'm selling it for $30, I might increase it to 35 or 40. If I'm selling it for 100, I might increase it to 120. And so instead of going, oh, let me lower that price so one of those 5 people, more times than not, increasing the price gets people to will buy it. And I don't know why. This is what works for me. So I'm just throwing it out there to tell you to test it for you. The next time you need some sales, take your offers. This is another thing I do, offers to watchers. I sent out, I don't know, 32 this morning, and
Good.
a couple of them had
On
free shipping
eBay, right? Hold on.
on eBay.
You
This is
send those
eBay.
offers on eBay. Do you send offers? I'm sorry. I think you can send offers too. Yes. On Poshmark, do you do that?
I go back and forth.
All right.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But and same with eBay. Like, I don't do this regularly. It's like, oh, I haven't sent. It's Friday. I should send out offers to watchers. But I will go in there and I'll look at all the things and I'm like, oh, some of these things are heavy and they have free shipping. So I will go and I will edit the listing at $8 or $10 of shipping, refresh the page, and then go back and send the offer. And so now, even though I'm reducing it by 20%.
Wait. That's okay. Oh, wow.
Even though I'm
you guys
reducing it.
Hear that? Pearls of wisdom, Theresa Cox. Wow. I never did that. I never did. You're okay. Wow. I'm learning from Theresa. So before sending the offer, she's already increasing the price. So you can maybe send a steeper offer, and the perceived value and the eagerness to build or close that sale is perceived much better by the buyer.
Yeah. And so, I mean, a lot of times people will say something and they don't remember if there was free shipping or not.
No.
And if they say something, I'm like, oh, well, we had, that was an error in the listing, or, shipping's not free, whatever it might be. But I do my offers at 21% off, and I do 21% because then it makes the price so that I can tell that it's sold versus an offer. Because if you do $24.99 and you do 20% off, it comes down to $19.99. And I price all my items with 99. So this is just a way for me to more percentage off. Yeah. For me to be able to see, oh, I sent out 34 offers and I got 4 of them that sold. So so this is just another way to recoup a little bit of that money.
So that's important to mention, if you're pricing with round numbers, it is not bad. Okay. But I'm telling you, pricing up, maybe 40, 45, 50, 40, 45, 85 or 99 or 75 or whatever it is that makes you happy. It's a perceived value again of getting a deal. People in America buyers in worldwide. I'm sorry. Let me correct that. Worldwide, we like to get a deal, but even so, Americans is a very big culture here of a sale, right? The Black Friday originated here. All that stuff, that it's from America. So here it is, the perceived value, like Theresa said, if you're going to be sending offers, okay. Do we have can you share any of those maybe comparables, or I can share for you if you want, okay? I have something that I want to share.
So I'm going to show, let me share my screen. Hang on a second.
Let me make that. You can share, let me know, and then from the bottom, I share your screen.
Share my screen.
And then I will enable it. Don't worry if it doesn't show up right away, okay?
Okay, good to know. So I'm going to share this one.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to share this one and move this over here.
Love it.
Because
share,
this is the way that I'm used to working.
Okay. There we are. We're looking at a garland. Is that what you wanted to share?
Yes. Yeah. So this is something, and I've got several of these. I'll just run through them. But this is something very typical that I would pick up at Christmas. Usually on New Year's Day, I will start at 6 a.m., go around to Target and Walmart and get all their Christmas stuff at 75 and 90% off. So while this was, oops, I messed myself up. While this was $1.78, so it's let's just say it was 60 cents because it was 50 cents because it was probably 75% off. 50 cents. And then let me go here. So I paid 50 cents. Retail is $1.78, but I sold it for
$13.08.
Now, if you notice here, this was $16.99 at Christmas time, because again, I'm trying to condense my items and move things. I ran a 23% off sale, from December 1st to January 15th.
Okay.
And I moved a lot of Christmas stuff. So $13.08, my cost was 50 cents, but somebody else might have taken that item and listed it at, maybe $4 because it was $1.78. And, this was free shipping. These are $3 to $4 to ship. So that's not a bad thing. Let me find a different one. This is, oh, where's my, oh, I had my pictures. Okay. So this is another one that I did.
Yeah.
So this is Halloween. This is the Walmart, I think, $4.97. So I probably paid $1 for it.
Yeah.
And then I sold it for $15. This is sold on Poshmark.
Yeah.
And so there's no shipping.
All
So
right.
$3. So $12 was my Poshmark profit minus $1. So I made, my net profit on this is $11 on
Nice.
a $1 investment. So that's where my ROI is really, really great.
Exactly.
These are, so this is just bread and butter stuff. Am I paying my mortgage with these items? No, but all of these add up. Let me do one more that is, let me see if I can find something. Okay, so this is one that I did. So I did these in a bundle of 3. They were 98 cents each. I got them for 33 cents.
Yep.
So this is $1 here.
And this is, hold on, sorry to interrupt you. People, this is seasonal stuff. I just want to correct, okay? There is no excuses here. Teresa, I want to say the seasonal stuff is hard. It's hard. You are a pro at this. Thank you for sharing this with the audience. I just have to say thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, well, and you know, it's you have to, like, when I go shopping on the 1st of January, I spend $500 to $600, and you have to be in for the long haul. But my thing is, if I go shopping on January 1st, I want all of these things listed in my store before the end of January. Yeah. Why? Because fake snow every year fake snow is kind of an old thing now. Don't go out and buy fake snow, but fake snow comes out for me by July. Yeah. And part of the reason is that they can't get this stuff in July, in May. So they're going to go to eBay. Yeah. So this right here was $1 invested, $11.54. You can see that it was $15.99, $14.99.
That's right.
So I sold this for $11.54, $1 into it. You know, it's probably an $8 or $9 profit item. Yep. But I had boxes of this. And so it's listed once, keep selling it over and over and over again. So there's no extra work. When I sell it, I just pull the item, put it in a poly mailer and ship it off. So those are a couple of things that are just very typical. Let me show you. Let me show you this one, because where's that price tag?
And in case you're saying, oh, wow, you know, that's a bad thing. You know, you're not being sustainable, Theresa. I just want to explain you. Did you know that these companies, once it comes, if they couldn't sell it, they just toss it in the back. Literally, it's tossed in the back. It literally goes to trash, or it goes, you know, it's just literally, it's trash. Here we are, you know, it might be a garland to you, but there is a whole audience worldwide for this, and you never know who's going to buy it.
And a lot of my stuff does get shipped international. A lot of the stuff that is just very typical here in the US. Yeah. So this is the last one I'll show you for now. But this is an item. I buy a lot of stuff at Walmart. There's a lot of people that think Walmart sells crap. They're wrong.
They're wrong, because
they're wrong.
Sorry, and let me correct you. Every time my friends overseas, where is French people, even my German friends, okay, let's go to Walmart. I'm like, no quiero. I'm not a reseller anymore.
But there are people that won't step a foot into Walmart. So I do not hide the Walmart brands. If it's a White Stag, if it's a Terra and Sky, I put that in there because there are people that look for it. So this retailed at Walmart for $12.88. Yep. I know I bought it for $3. Yep. And I sold it for $20.53. And yes, Time and True is another Walmart brand. You know, $3 to $20. Again, bread and butter stuff, nothing earth shattering.
Yeah. Hey, Lori says, I'm going to start dumpster diving, lol. No shame on that. I did it. Okay. Literally on Beverly Hills in California. People, if you're in California, go on those alleys. You will find everything. I found TV. You can imagine, it's incredible what people toss.
Yeah. And, you know, especially at like makeup companies like Ulta and those kind of things. I mean, you can look on YouTube and see Google dumpster diving. Yep. It's not for me.
No, it's not.
It's
But
not
if
for me, but
you,
I appreciate the hustle, and people can find
yeah,
some pretty good stuff.
there is no shame on that. Okay. You go and get that freaking inventory, as long as you clean it, you present it, you describe it, there is always a buyer. And why would I be saying, I need to share this since you're sharing, I'm sharing too, I want to share these. Let me see. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Okay. Guys, I just want to share these. Okay. Some
Uh,
might be trash to you. Okay. And I just want to show you 49 comments. This is real. Okay. This one lists perfectly group. The first item ever listed on eBay was a broken laser pointer that sold for 1483. When eBay started way back when, okay? And this is real. This was not a fake sale. And the buyer, Mark Fraser, says that he just liked to collect broken laser pointers. That laser pointer today is, let me see, because I was so lucky that we found it, and here I know it's somewhere
it's right
there.
there. It's up, up, up. You had it right there. Go up, go up.
Shelly.
Right
Oh,
there.
here. Yeah, because Shelly was able to show, and this is something. Sometimes all it takes is a broken laser point and a big idea to change the way we live. And I just wanted to share this from eBay. I thought it was incredible. I keep saying, yes, maybe you go sourcing to Walmart, but that's a big corporation. They're doing great. So if you can make money, okay, out of buying from a big corporation, and then as that big corporation is allowing you as a small seller to create the profit margin so you can have an honest living, that's just amazing. I don't even think about it. Okay, this is the reason why I stopped being a lawyer. This is the reason why I didn't go back to banking. By the way, both of us, Teresa and I, have a very strong financial background. In that, literally, we understand what we're talking about. We both came, nothing was given to us. Okay, we have to build it ourselves, and that's the reason I was very honored to invite today Theresa Cox. Hey, oh my goodness, Bolo buddies. Hold on, I want to say sorry. I want to say hi to Courtney Hayes. Teresa might be user number 1. Courtney, I think, is user number 10 or something like that. She has an incredible channel, Bolo buddies. What is a bolo? Be on the lookout. You join her group. She will tell you what sellers are finding and what you're thinking. Okay, it's irrelevant, literally. Okay, it's a top sale. I want to share another thing from Teresa. Unless you don't mind me, Teresa.
No, go right ahead.
I'm so excited. I have to share something that I found on your. This was amazing. I love it. Hold on, I loved it. This
I'm
is my
afraid.
favorite. This is my favorite. So one day Teresa was shipping a beautiful dish, right, Teresa?
Oh.
And what happened to the dish, Teresa?
No, the dish didn't break when I was shipping it. I moved and the dish got broken and moving, and I was listing all my old Spode stuff. And I said to so Nicole, who is my minion that takes photos for me, she's like, "What do you want to do with this?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's throw it away." And I'm like, "No, let me go to it's one of those things. Let me see if it'll sell."
Yeah.
So this was the picture in the listing. And you can see my title. I did mosaic titles, craft, whatever. I sold that thing for $19.
There you go.
So then I did ask the buyer, I said, okay, just curiosity, why are you buying this? Her granddaughter or niece was gifted a bunch of Spode from the Spode family in Germany.
Yeah.
And she wanted to take this and make some kind of earrings or some kind of ornament or some kind of keepsake, which I thought was kind of odd because you can buy Spode ornaments because I have a ton of them for sale. So it was just, I don't know. She just thought that her niece could do something fun with it. So I was like, okay.
That's the new culture. That's the new culture. Remember, Generation X, I, Z, or whatever it's called.
LMNOP. Yeah.
I don't know. They like pre-loved, okay, and they love stuff, okay, that maybe You have corks in your house, okay? Bundle them. Corks, there is only one. The real corks are really valuable. Sell them on Etsy. They need them for crafts, okay? Let's go back to pricing now. I want to show, if you don't mind, I'm going to brag about my pricing policies. Do you mind if I go a
Absolutely.
little with, I'm going to go with the clothing vault, Teresa. Let's see. Okay, people, I'm going to share my business. Here it is. This is live. You can go right now to the clothing. I left it live just to prove that you can have an ugly website and
And
still
still,
make a lot of money. So I just want to show you, for example, look at this t-shirt. Okay, is it taking me? No, you can see it. So look at this t-shirt. Okay, this is what I did. I have problems because English is my fourth language. It's hard for me to build a paragraph describing. So this is why we build List Perfectly. List Perfectly asks me the questions. I enter, the answer from the pop-up menu, and then List Perfectly will format my answers into this incredible, professionally looking listing. And you can see all the where I could share. So this is how I describe my stuff. So I found out, if you're reselling clothing and it's pre-loved, I found out that making this silly paragraph, okay, so silly, it was literally allowing me to increase prices more 50%. I kid you not. I kid you. I could not. I swear for my mother that is resting in peace. Okay. So this is true. I'm not here to sell you anything. I just want to share you out of our own kindness, our tips that make our businesses, because I funded List Perfectly with my own money. So I discovered with Amanda, we were testing many things, like Teresa said, when we were building the first version of List Perfectly. It was called List Clothing back then. And then this paragraph, when Amanda allowed me to do this paragraph, and it was silly. It was silly. Look, I'm putting nothing. Then I realized I have to put something like, for example, put a little intro about when the Jacksons were formed. And that was even more powerful. Or something
yep.
about Michael Jackson, okay? Something positive. So that for me was, look at the prices, of course, those that know vintage Screen Stars made in USA, it's a size small. Okay, so it's gonna go for a teenager. And you would be surprised how much this new generation prefers to pay for pre-owned or pre-loved stuff, way much more than for something that is new and maybe coming out of I don't know, from Nike. From, you see what I'm saying? Our generation, we were more like, okay, there is Nike. Well, it's comfortable. I'll go to the store. I'll get the tennis shoes, the socks, the shorts, and everything. The t-shirt and everything, right? This generation is totally different. They put a lot of care on that little shirt that they're wearing. They prefer to have one shirt that has a story behind it, that 10 shirts that were acquired maybe without a background. Teresa, I want to just leave a lot of room for questions. Lori is saying, hi, Lori from California. So my question is, what search sites do you use to do price comparisons? And do you have different sites for different categories? What do you do, Teresa?
So this is hard when you teach, because most of the
Right.
time I take a wild ass guess. I mean, it's just, because I'm so experienced at this, I just throw something out there, and I think that, I keep in mind that I'm going to probably put it down for 20% off. But for, like, I don't do that for everything. There's some things like, I'm like, I have no idea this brand, what it's worth. To tell you the truth, I just use eBay, and I search
Thank
eBay
you.
sold, and then I search highest to lowest. And if the highest one sold for $150 with $20 shipping, my starting price is now $174.99.
Do you filter with completed listings?
Yeah, completed and sold. Yes,
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter if somebody has it listed for $3,000 if it's not going to sell. But
Thank you so much.
if you, I have to keep an eye out this and do a post in the Facebook group, because I see it all the time where I've listed something for, $65, and there's others for sale for 23 with, and like, why does mine sell? To be honest with you, I don't know. I think a lot of times it's the perceived value. It's the presentation. I think that my biggest thing is, if I don't ask for $60, I'm not going to get $60. If you only ask for 20, you're going to get 20. And there's always room to go down. There's never room to go up, because if it's sold, it's sold.
Can you believe I haven't been on eBay so long? Okay,
On
Teresa,
the
help
left-hand
me.
side.
Do you see where? Okay, first I'm gonna do what you told me. Okay, so I look by Cunha code. That is my top sold stuff. Okay, ever. So I'm gonna go high first, right? Like you told me, and
So
then
these
and then
these are the active listings, which are good to look at. You want to see if you have any competition for what you're selling. But then scroll down to the left, on the left side. Keep going a little bit more.
All right, you tell me when.
Keep going.
All right.
Keep going. Okay, right there.
Ah,
So
there we go.
Click on sold.
All right.
And then now the highest jacket sold for, so it has best offer. We don't know if it's sold for something under 15,000.
Thank you.
But I would take
the old days they would let you know. Wow. Okay.
And there's a way to find out, but I just look at that and go, okay, 15,000. If he listed at 15, I'm going to list mine at 15 or 16. And here's the thing, $15,000 with $50 shipping. I'm still a believer, even though the data is showing different, that people toggle for free shipping. So if you're going to sell something for $50,000, include the shipping in it, or 15,000.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's very important. You shouldn't even sweat with expensive stuff. I always put that was my exception. I would put free shipping because again, it's the perceived value. They want to know that they are in control. All right, it's they're making a big investment. And it's all about, okay, I have the control to make a return with free shipping if I want to, but these people have money. They don't return it. I did it over and over again. So people once, oh, sorry, Teresa, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
So I just was reading the question on the screen and this popped in my head, and I happen to have this handy little toy right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just said I only search eBay.
Yeah.
But I also use Worthpoint, and Worthpoint is a partner with List Perfectly, and I love them. I'm not the type of seller that sells the kind of stuff that Worthpoint is, like where I need to look it up all the time. But when I have some things, like I had to use, like, what is Spode going for these days? I don't know. So I looked it up on Worthpoint. What are Hot Wheels going for? What are this game and that game going for? But this right here is and I had this in my stuff, and I knew that it was a hard to find rare thing. And then, yeah, there we go. Worthpoint is a partner. And I will tell you that I just had it in a box. And because when you're moving and you're trying to get your stuff listed, you just pull out a box and you tell your minion, take photographs of this, and she puts it up there, and then your lister lists it. And I woke up one day and she had listed it for $14.99, and I was like, oh, that's probably not right. So I listed it. I changed it. I was going to change it to 99, and my fat fingers hit it at 179. I'm like, okay, whatever. When I have a chance, I'll look it up. Well, it's sold. And so when it sold, I was like, oh shoot. And it sold too fast. And so I was like, so
I know the feeling.
I will tell you, this is I've been selling online for 25 plus years. This is the second time I've ended a listing because of that. It is not, we don't teach it. It's not recommended. Normally I would eat it. But when I did the research, I reached out to a toy collector in 2012 and asked him about this. And he knew all about it, that this was what they call a chaser car. It's one of a kind. And the difference is that the Mickey Mouse there's something about the Mickey Mouse car.
Oh yeah, anyway. Absolutely. Always Mickey with Disney, always.
So I looked I looked in Worthpoint. In 2012, when I looked it up first, I didn't find anything. And again, here I am, like, I have other things to list. I just tossed it aside.
See.
And I looked it up on Worthpoint, and in 2014, this sold for $500.
No way.
So in the email that I had from the toy collector in 2012 says he's never seen one in the wild. He's only seen artwork of it. Exactly. So then and I still had that email from 2012.
Supply and demand, right?
So what I did is I priced it high. I priced it. I told the guy I couldn't find it, which was not a lie, because I have two of these. And they got switched in boxes. So this was supposed to be in box 36, and the other one.
Oh yeah, I know your inventory system.
Yeah, when I went to go ship it, it wasn't in the right box, and I was like, oh shoot. So I told him I couldn't find it. And I told him when I did find it, I'd let him know. And he saw it was listed. He's like, why the price jump? And I was like, well, because I researched it and I found this out. So he's watching it, but I think I have it listed at $3,000, some crazy thing.
Wait. So he asked you why the price jumped, and did he still buy it?
No, he's just watching it. Because he's a collector, and I said it's one of those hard to find. It's going to be a holy grail for somebody. Do I need to sell it? No. If I needed money for a car payment or mortgage, I would put this probably down at $1,000 or $1,200 and sell it today. Okay. But it's one of those things. It'll go in a box, and I'll forget about it, and somebody will come along and say, "Why is this so high? I'll give you $2,000 for it." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yep, that's right. That's right. So.
A long story to tell Lori that, yes, I said I use eBay 95% of the time. And then I do use Worthpoint for some of my other.
And why wouldn't you use Poshmark for comparables?
Because I don't know how to, because I think people buy stuff too cheaply on Poshmark. I think Poshmark.
Honest opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that it is when I list something for $180, $250 shoes for $180 and somebody offers me $20, it's like, yeah, go away. It's and so there are people that they got them for free. The $20 is great to them. Yeah. That's one business model. It's not my business model. It's not wrong. It's just not my business model.
Exactly. So one thing that I want to clarify, if you're watching also why Theresa doesn't choose Poshmark to see comparables, is because it's a smaller marketplace. And Poshmark is only nationwide. eBay is international and has the biggest audience. So your algorithm right now to price your items should not be looking at past comparables, because now the supply chain is broken. So what you have to see is how many are active, what is available, what's selling for what, and then, you can go and see the past comparables. But most probably you should be putting 30% pricing more from what you found on the past comparables. Are you selling to another seller, or are you selling to a final consumer? That's what you need to ask yourself, because another sellers will just buy from you and then reprice it, do the listing better, and then we maybe bundle it, we do there is way, and you just give perceived value. That's all. So Worthpoint for vintage items, anything that is 18 or 20 years more. eBay for active listings. We just show you how to do completed or sold listings. And then most important, seeing what is available, right?
Yep. Exactly. So I saw in the chat that Liz Parks had a question about sending offers to watchers on eBay.
All right.
So I'm going to share my screen.
All right.
And then I'm going to show you how to do this. So on this, Liz, this is my eBay active listings page. And then if you see here, I have these quick filters. If you don't see these quick filters, you need to click on this arrow. And these are
we're not seeing. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Go again. Theresa, would you be so kind to explain it? I have to. Sorry. My bad.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Now we can see it. Sorry, my bad. Start again.
So this is my eBay active listings. You just listings and active. And then these are a bunch of quick filters that eBay has. And if you don't see them, you have to click on this down arrow and these will pop up. I have them open all the time. And you can see I sent offers this morning. So I have 7, and you just click on this. 7 listings that are eligible for offers to watchers.
All right.
And, you just go and you click on all of these.
Yeah.
I'm specifically not sending offers on these guys. So that's why they're here.
Okay.
Well, let's just do this. I'll show you how to do this. You click on these, you click send offers.
Yeah.
I type in 21%. I have a standard jargon that I use. I have it in a saved window over here. And I just put it in here. Here's your chance to get this item at a 21% discount. Act quickly, blah, blah, blah. And then you can see that there's 1 interested buyer, 2 interested buyers, that it will sell at $43 with $8 shipping, $15 with $5, and then you send it. You can
Okay,
also
hold on. So here's your chance to get this item at 21% discount and quickly, as this offer a one-time deal being sent to all watchers, and the listing remains active and available to anyone to purchase. So she's already giving FOMO on the message, and that's again, another, we're talking about making more money here. You're not forcing or coercing anybody. This is e-commerce. Don't assume, okay? You're not the pricing police. There's already, or there is already institutions for that. But I love this, Teresa. Encouraging people, and like she said, you increase the price a little before sending the offer, right?
Yeah, if these were free shipping, I would just add shipping in there, but I've kind of taken care of that. And if you notice that my prices are all end in 99, so by doing 21% off, this makes it end in 44 and 79, and I can easily sell. Actually, I sold something today that I didn't offer this morning. The only reason I know that is because it ended in 74 cents. And so you can allow counter offers, but I don't, because I hate that back and forth. I feel like my prices are fair. And so that's how you do it. And then you send them off, and then you can click on this toggle over here that this is all the offers that I have outstanding right now. So I sent 60 out, and they're here, and you can see what are the offers that were sent. These are the people that declined the offer. And these were declined from before, but these were from today.
All right.
So, you just have, it's if you're not familiar with it, you should get familiar with it, because Offers to Watcher is an amazing tool. Absolutely.
It works because sometimes, we're shopping, and you got to understand there is other people that have the listings, and the fact that we're receiving a message, with the discount, that's it, perceived value. We can explain how important this is. Organic, again, there is no, you're not spending for a promotion, you're not spending more money to go and do SEO. That's something that I really like, about I cannot even emphasize also, Theresa. Let me ask you a question. Do you send the same prices to all platforms?
For ease and quickness, yes. Sometimes I will increase my price on Poshmark, but typically I have a VA that cross posts for me, and she's cross posting 300 items at a time. So in order to stop and take that, there's enough wiggle room in my prices that if I end up selling something on Poshmark for more than 20% off, I can handle it. And again, it's about speed and efficiency. That if I had to pay my VA to stop and change the prices on Poshmark all the time, would I make up for that? Probably not. And so it would just be, it's just my whole goal is to get as many items listed as fast as I can across as many platforms.
I love it. Hey, I'm writing down right now what Linda Feldman is saying. It's Worthpoint available to us at no charge. Worthpoint is not a free tool, okay? And I believe they have like a $29. I believe it's $29 for their membership. And that gives you not only the valuation model, but gives you like an encyclopedia that explains you that for last 20 years, they will give you, okay, the pricing trends. So for me, maybe you can you don't have to sign an annual contract with Worthpoint. You can do just like List Perfectly, a month-to-month subscription, and then just educate yourself, like people do with List Perfectly, just use all of it, But yes, it's not free. It's not free of charge, but it's an incredible investment, and you can just go in and out, month in and out.
So, and here's where, it's, I get it when you're a seller and you're a small time seller, or even big time sellers don't like to spend money on subscriptions. But here's the thing. If I did not have that Worthpoint, I was thinking of selling that car for $100. And if I didn't have Worthpoint and could see that somebody sold it for $500 10 years ago, and not one has been sold since, I would have undersold my item. So that $30 a month subscription. That's how I look at it, going, okay, this is the money that I'm making back from it. Same thing with some Spode dishes. Same thing with a Kirtland. I didn't know. I thought Kirtland was just, it's just a Costco thing, $40. No,
Yeah.
it was a nativity set that was probably, I think I ended up listing it for $450.
Yeah.
Because I saw one that had sold on several that had sold on Worthpoint in the $300 to $500 range.
Yeah. I have a good question for you that I want you to answer, Teresa. Can I shoot? All
Yes.
right. When Linda says, when I started reselling in 2014, I was concerned that buyers first check all sites to compare price. My boyfriend said no. Some thoughts on this? Does a buyer spend half an hour or maybe more to look at pricing?
Some buyer, this is my experience. Some buyers do, most buyers don't. And this is a problem that I think that sellers have. We sell or we sell, we price based on the way we would shop. We are
Yeah.
savvy, seasoned sellers. We know the tips and the tricks. We know how to sort from high to low. We know that there's 7 different I mean, when I'm looking for a pair of shoes, now I go to Poshmark, I go to Macari, I go to Tradesy, whatever. Like I now know all the sites. Well,
Yep.
3 years ago, I went to eBay and Amazon because that's all I knew. So even as a seasoned seller, I was like, I don't want to go on Poshmark, whatever. So I think that, and List Perfectly over the last 3 years has proven this, that my inventory that's listed on eBay primarily gets cross-posted out to the other platforms, and it sells there when it hasn't sold for 12 months, 18 months on eBay.
Yeah.
Every platform has their main audience, and
Yep.
then there's some of the fringe that will go and shop all over. That's my experience.
I'm going to
I
share
would agree
right
with your
now.
boyfriend.
I just have to share the perspective. I hope I'm sharing the right one, but there is a perspective about this matter that I want to share. TikTok. We're going to go to List Perfectly TikTok, okay? And I'm going to share the perspective from Victoria, Vicky, Katie, and Vicky. They have a YouTube channel and they hold each other accountable, each other and with the audience every week about what they sell, how much it sold. So I want you just to hear her perspective. This is really quick, okay?
Exposure. For me, increasing my exposure means perfectly does just by nature of using their business to cross post, you're increasing your exposure for the same amount of money that you're paying for a monthly cross posting service. Because the more your business is out there on several platforms and in the search engines, the more that you're increasing your exposure. For me, increasing my exposure means that I'm selling on eBay where I have one customer. I'm selling on Etsy where I have another customer. I'm selling on Poshmark where I have yet another customer. Those 3 customers are entirely different.
Yes.
I'm selling the same item on eBay for, say, $75, but the buyer on Etsy just paid $125 because they don't shop on eBay, and vice versa. When we talk to the millennials, as we call them, or even the zennials, my daughter's a millennial. She doesn't shop on eBay, and she's known me selling on eBay for over 20 years. She shops on Poshmark, Macari, Depop. All of those platforms have a different target market and different target audience. So cross-posting increases the eyeballs on your items. What List Perfectly.
All right. So I thought that would be great to share, okay, because here it is, okay, a great Linda, you saw it, Victoria Egan, okay, Vicky, she has a daughter, all right, and she knows her mom has been selling on eBay. She will not go and buy on eBay, not even if you twist her arm, okay, and that's a reality. Back in the day, Linda, maybe, okay, there was that mentality of going and, oh, I need to get, but now that e-commerce has become everybody. Back in the day, we have to fight with brick and mortar. Back in the day, we have to fight with each other, okay? But now, literally, okay, there is no need to do that. Every marketplace have their niche audience, and they will, very few people, I'm not going to tell you nobody does it, but I'm telling you it's just 10%. And why should you, okay, send the same prices? Do you hear Vicky sending different prices? You can do that with List Perfectly. I highly recommend you test it for yourself. Just send one different, start with one marketplace, all right? We all have fear that we're not going to get that sale. So start with one marketplace where you're sending a higher price, okay? Please don't try, small marketplaces or marketplaces are having issues, don't try, I would say, with all due respect, love you, Manish, and Facebook, I love you. But, Facebook Marketplace and Poshmark, maybe not the best platforms, okay, to push it. But, try, for example, there's many other ones. So that is our perspective regarding regarding how did you like the perspective from Vicky, Theresa?
Yeah, absolutely. I do based on Vicky's advice. I list my stuff higher on Etsy, and I will go back and edit my prices on Poshmark, and because on Poshmark I'm expecting to have to discount it 40 to 60% or more. So
yeah.
You just kind of, and this kind of like I kind of learned this as I go. Like, it's like I'm tired of selling, $40 things for $15.
No more, people. You're not working for free, please.
Yeah, you are not working for free. That's for sure.
You deserve it. Okay. We both came, little Teresa and I were both self-made. Okay. There was no investment. There was no parents that gave us, an inheritance. And then no. Okay. So Michelle Naranjo, okay. She's saying, I love my Etsy buyers, always full price, and they come back again and again. Is that your perspective, Theresa?
Yeah, my Etsy sales are great. And I even added shipping to Etsy probably 9 months ago and still no issues. It's not my biggest selling platform, but I sell stuff over there. I do vintage. I've got some vintage t-shirts, vintage sneakers, some vintage household goods, and then a lot of quilting fabric. And I do sell a lot of my quilting fabric and quilting supplies over there. So yeah, those are the things that's the market for me. I listed a bunch of stuff on eBay this morning I cross-posted it to eBay, and I did my handmade and vintage stuff so I could then cross-post it over to Etsy. And that'll happen this afternoon. But yeah, my stuff is handmade, vintage, or craft related.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have still a little time. Okay. Ask us anything. Okay. Pricing, reselling, list perfectly. Yes, there is a lot of cross-posting solutions right now. Even I think my mom in Argentina from heaven is cross-posting right now. Okay. So let me tell you why List Perfectly is not just a cross-posting solution. My ears bleed when I hear, okay, List Perfectly is not an app. I'm like, what do you think we are? We are a desktop application that is mobile friendly. Okay. So you can do, and I learned this I love the way March Cadena presents this with List Perfectly Mobile. You can do 90% of the things you can do on a desktop or a laptop. The only thing you can't do is cross-post or import, okay, or mark sold, okay, but you can delist. So I just wanted to address that and open it for more questions, anything, okay, people. Here we are, Theresa, incredible experience. Theresa, so 25 years plus on experience, right?
Yeah, I started on eBay right not too long after like in the fall of 95 when they were around. And so, yeah, so I mean, most of my experience is eBay. I started on Amazon probably 15 years later.
Yeah.
And then Etsy and Etsy and Poshmark. I've tried all the ones that List Perfectly supports.
Yeah.
I don't sell regularly on all the ones. Like I said, on Mercari and Facebook, I do seasonal stuff. But all of those platforms for the last 3 years.
So the same platform the same product in different platforms, but just accelerated growth, right?
Yeah. And in your pricing, I mean, I love selling something on Facebook because it's 5% fees. And I don't reduce my prices over on Facebook. I really feel like when I price my item, it's a fair price across all the platforms. And, Poshmark does get a little wiggle room because they do pay for shipping.
Yeah.
But it's just very different.
Yeah, it is. It is very different. So, but don't be intimidated. For eBay sellers, Poshmark is very intimidating. And for Poshmark sellers, eBay, it's incredibly intimidating. Okay.
Yep.
So, how low will you guys go when sending an offer? When I send, well, that depends. All right. So if I have an item, okay, and again, I wouldn't do this unless I haven't tested in different platforms that I have sent different prices and then it didn't sell. So for me, anything that didn't sell after 3 months, that for me is like, I'm not a collector. I'm here to sell. For me, it's like, it's collecting dust. Gotta go. So for me, unless it's like a Vicuna code that I know, I just want to sell it, like, like Teresa, like your little Mickey Mouse card, we all have those items. Once you know, you gotta know what you have. You gotta know if it is out of stock.
And like I said before, I have a different business model. I sold my Airbnb, which is where my inventory was stored. So I had, free storage. Now I'm paying a whole lot of money to store my stuff. So now I'm thinking about it very differently. Absolutely. And now it's like, I want to condense my boxes and I want to get rid of stuff and I want to have room for new stuff. And so it's just, this is what you have to do in business. You have to pivot, you have to adjust, you have to adapt. And so for years I was listed and forget it. Yeah. Because I'm all about the slow nickel. The slow wait.
Oh, so you are the listed and for really? Oh, wow. No, never. I would never do that. I'm like 3 months. I would sort it by date and I would be like, okay, too old. I have to do something, whether it's changing the image, optimizing the title, increase the price. I never lower the price. First increase. Worst case scenario, 1 week later, you decrease it, okay? Then in another marketplace, maybe you put at a lower price if you're really, really, really in need for money now.
Yep. And you have the, I was trying to look to see if I had an example, but if you have the, you just kind of have it in your head, the different platforms with the different prices will handle. And sometimes you price too low, that you call that a lesson in life, tuition, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you price it too high. Like I will go through and I'm thinking, just now talking to you, I haven't sold anything on Etsy in a while. Maybe I need to go look at my prices. Maybe I need to go look at my inventory. Maybe I need to add something fresh. Like, it's not like I sit there and go every 3 weeks. It's like, oh, wow, we're having this conversation. The thought crossed my mind. And now let me go check it out and see if I can do something better.
Yeah. Hey, Theresa, we have a question from the audience that I would like you to answer. You ready?
Okay.
Let's do this. Cassandra says, I've been selling on Poshmark for 8 years, but I'm new to cross-posting and she's feeling overwhelmed. Top 3 starting tips for a new cross-poster, please.
So I would say, don't do like I did and start cross-posting 100 items, because then you're like, oh, shoot, I did 100 wrong. Start with 3 and go to, let's say, like if you're on Poshmark and you want to start, Poshmark sellers, for whatever reason, are afraid of eBay. I get it. eBay's overwhelming. There's a lot of things. But let me tell you the tips you're selling on eBay, because I am the eBay girl. If you take your Poshmark listings and you pull them into List Perfectly catalog, I want you to take some time and look at your title and make sure your title is great. If you have your brand and your what it is, and like Nike Zoom, track cleats, put in a model number, put in a size, what color, whatever you want to do. If you use those 80 characters wisely, when you cross-post it over to eBay, you will see that eBay's artificial intelligence will fill in a lot of that stuff that takes people time. And the other tip I will tell you, if you're focusing on eBay, is you have to 100% worry about the required section, the recommended section.
Okay.
The
recommended or required?
Required, you have to fill out everything.
Okay.
Otherwise, when you go to publish it, it'll give you an error.
Okay.
Recommended, you fill out as many as you can, as quickly as you can. So when I demo this on my listing 101, I show that I don't do the drop-down menus and try to figure out what it is. If eBay is suggesting that it's a short sleeve, and it is, I click short sleeve. If eBay is suggesting that it's a scoop neck, and it is, I click that. If eBay says that it's vintage and it's not, I don't click that.
All right.
So for me, it's all about how to do it quickly. I don't need to fill that circle in. I don't need to fill every item specific. I need to get this item listed and on the platform as quickly as possible. And the other thing that Poshmark sellers get all hung up on for eBay is shipping.
Okay.
Figure it out. So if your item weight, you do have to, if you don't, a lot of Poshmarkers that I didn't understand this, don't have a scale.
No,
your
they don't.
very first purchase on eBay is going to be a scale. $20, it'll do you fine.
Yes, and they have batteries now. They don't have, back in the day, you have to connect it on the wall. Now they have batteries and they last forever.
Yes. So get yourself a scale, and then, you know, like if it's under a pound, charge $5.95. If it's 1 to 2 pounds, charge $10. 2 to 3, charge 15. It's going to make it easier and faster than having to look up every item. If you just have these general things, and sometimes you'll make $3 on shipping, and sometimes you'll lose 50 cents. And it's just like the overall thing. So those are the 3 things that I tell people is optimize your titles, cross post your, this is eBay specific, cross post and fill out the required and some of the recommended, and then figure out a global shipping price for your items based on weight, and just go with that. And you'll get your eBay. Right. I can list on eBay in 3 or 5 clicks with cross posting from List Perfectly.
Exactly. So don't forget that when you go you can import your Poshmark listings, Cassandra, into LP. And then from LP, don't forget that the images are going to be compressed. If by any chance you have the images, okay, before cross-posting to eBay, okay, it would be great that you add the big images, and that would give you the zoom feature that, I call it the money maker. When you give the nice images to eBay, and then they're zoomable, believe me, improves your ranking visibility on eBay. Sorry, go ahead, Teresa.
So I was going to say that can be overwhelming, and I don't want to be overwhelming, but yes, and you should know that Poshmark, what Clara said is absolutely correct. Poshmark does compress your items, but images. Your images, I'm sorry, yes. For this exercise, I wouldn't worry about them right now, because you want to get cross-posted, you want to get things sold. Going forward, take your pictures, upload it into List Perfectly catalog, then cross-post it to Poshmark. Poshmark will compress it, but List Perfectly leaves your original. And then when you go to eBay, it will be fine. And then when and if you have time, if you haven't sold your items in 6 months or a year, whatever your timeline is, then go back and say, okay, let me retake these pictures because they're not selling on eBay, and maybe I need the zoom feature.
Yeah.
So don't get hung up on that part. It's easy. It's better to get some listings done with pictures than to spend the time doing that. But absolutely,
thank you. Wise words. Very wise. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't go trying to be super perfect, all item specifics, new images, because you need money now. Okay. So maybe you just cross post that as is. Maybe you cherry pick your top shelf, okay, and then maybe just those ones you put the original image. So
there you go. That's a good.
That's what I would do.
Maybe your more expensive items, maybe not your $20 and $25 items. You don't want to waste the time on it, but for $300 item, absolutely take the time and do.
Time is money. Take the time, replace those images, tune up, okay, optimize that title, okay, that matters. Hey, Teresa, Patricia, Patty Kaufman is holding us accountable. Okay, wow. Hey, lady, I thought we were supposed to have a big announcement this week. I've been waiting for Santa, but he's not been here yet, LOL.
The week is not over. It goes from Monday to Sunday, right?
She wants it today.
It's coming.
It's coming. So yes, we do have officially we just started with just a very small group of people that we're testing. Moving forward, List Perfectly, you will have a feature in which runs in the cloud, not in your device, and it's called the sync feature. And you can even do it from your phone. You click sync and List Perfectly does the rest. And then we give you, okay, right next to all your listings where it says where it's cross-posted, now we're going to give you a little sign that if it says, for example, there is an issue, we're going to let you know, hey, item numbers are not matching. Hey, the marketplace wasn't marked correctly. Hey, this wasn't changed correctly as sold. So we're very excited, Patty. We're going to be rolling this very slowly, okay? We're studying how people are using this. Thank you, Theresa, for everything. You've been testing that incredibly. So, and she has a big catalog. How long does it take with your big catalog to do the sync now?
I mean, it takes. I don't like to do it like if I'm on a Zoom call because it sucks up the bandwidth. But it's like one of those things you run in the background, and then you do a couple of things, you go back, and then you do that program. So
I have good news for you. You can do it with Zoom because it's being run on the cloud, completely on the cloud. Completely. Okay. It will not. It's not like it's not taking bandwidth. It's not your bandwidth. We're not somehow connecting to your through your accounts, okay, to marketplaces. No, it's least perfectly going directly to marketplaces, understanding already your shop, and then rendering those reports. So Patty's coming. Patty's coming.
You know, I have over almost 8,000 listings in my List Perfectly catalog. So it takes a lot of time for, what did Amanda call it? It was a search heavy or something. She called it a term. And I was like, yeah, that's why it takes a while. But it doesn't take hours. It takes minutes, you know, and it's just one of those things that, you know, I turn it on, I go do something else, and then I go back and I fix my listings.
Perfect. Hey, another question. I love Cassandra. She's asking, we love this, okay?
We're here to answer your questions, Cassandra.
Yeah. Can you talk about why you stopped, Theresa, the free shipping model? And I'll tell you also my perspective.
So we all know that shipping isn't free, and shipping prices have kept going up and up and up. And I 100% banked my free shipping model off of talking with eBay teams that worked in that department, and things that they would tell me that more buyers toggle on the free shipping than don't. And then I learned later on
that was back in the day. But hold on a second. I'm not done. In defense of eBay, I want to defend eBay here, okay? How long ago was that?
I'm not done. Yeah. So when I was back working with the teams, this was pre-pandemic. And so, so what I learned was that when eBay says more buyers do this than don't, that's more than 50%. They'll never give you the number because that's proprietary information. Yeah. So 100% based on that conversation, and it wasn't a private conversation. eBay had been pushing free shipping. Then I still haven't listened to the podcast, but a friend of mine told me that the podcast just 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were talking about how eBay's data has shifted, and they're finding that buyers now expect to pay shipping. So what I did, my business policies are based on weight. So the biggest one that I did was I took my one that's from 1 ounce to 1 pound, and I just added $5.95 shipping. So it's going to cover almost everything. Some things are going to ship for $3.50. Some things are going to ship for $6.25. Exactly. But that was just quick. Yeah. For me, it's all about how to get 5,000 listings changed quickly. Fast. And so that's the only reason I did it. It hasn't seemed to, it's only been a week. It hasn't seemed to, I'm still selling stuff. I was like, this morning, entering my catalog, updating my catalog, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, another shipping. Oh, I did $12 shipping on that. Oh, I did $6 shipping. Yeah. And so for me, it's like, that's extra money. So it's a nice thing.
For those of you that are watching, please don't underprice your item and then put a $50 shipping fee. Okay, that's against any marketplace policy. And it's gonna make you look very spammy. It's a bad way to make business. Please don't do that. Okay.
I think that's a very old school mentality.
I still see it sometimes as a buyer. I'll be honest, as a buyer, I'm like, and then I gotta be like wasting my time. Like, can we cancel? And they're like, why? Can you see your shipping? Oh, it was a mistake. And I'm like, So sometimes it could be a mistake, and it depends how the seller answers you, but it creates really untrust on the seller.
100%. I totally agree with you.
I stopped free shipping. I tried free shipping, and what happened to me, because I resell pre-loved stuff, I started to get a lot of people using it and then return it, use it and return it. That was horrible. I explained them, hey, I'm not Target, I'm a small business. There was no logic or reason when they start doing this pattern. I hope that stopped, okay, but there's always a way to people want to get something free or use it and then return it. So I did put a free shipping and handling, all right? And then I, of course, naturally with List Perfectly, I included measurements. So if I got a return, I would always measure to see if it was stretched out or not, okay? And that's why I quit the free shipping. I found free shipping model to be very effective for expensive items. The opposite of what Theresa was doing. Most people put free shipping on cheap items. For me, it didn't work. Even if it was even customers were more demanding. Can
Yep.
you believe? Oh, this is like cherry red, and you promised me, I don't know, sunset
red.
red. See, I don't know. And
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? And then they open a case. I am not as described, this is shame on you. And then of course they don't want to return it. Okay. So so that's
Yeah.
what I discovered. That was my answer. I hope that helps, Cassandra. I love your questions. Join everybody, the Least Perfectly group. Theresa, myself, everybody is always answering questions from the community. Thank you. She liked it. Okay. I love it. Oh, thank you. You're so welcome. You are so welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I think unless we have more questions, we can wrap this up. Okay. Yep, no, I don't see any more questions. I love it. Theresa, are you happy? Would you like to add anything else
No.
about your pricing perspective?
My is if price like a seller, not as a buyer, because a lot of us in this space, we're cheap by nature, and so we think that nobody's going to spend $3,000 on items, so we don't price it at $3,000. But there are people out there with a lot of disposable income that it doesn't matter. If they want the item, they'll spend $3,000. If they want the item, they'll spend 30. Like, it doesn't matter. So just just keep that kind of mentality in mind. And you can price it high, and you can always lower the price.
Perfect.
Test the market out.
I did notice if you started with a listing that you price it low and then you go high, I did find it personally that it will be a very hard road to sell from versus something that you price high and then you reduce the price. Right, Theresa?
Yeah, I generally price it too high, so I don't know. The only time I increase my price is if I see that there's a lot of watchers in the first, 3 or 4 weeks.
Very,
then
very
I'll
wise.
price.
All right, beautiful people. Thank you so much, Theresa. Thank you for your experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you. And I can't wait to have you back, Theresa.
Sounds like a plan.
Dale. Bye, everybody.
All right,
Love
you
you
guys.
all.